Hi friends, we have now a sloka from Panchatantra. This is also in Vidura Niti, of course. This is about how we manage our things. Say how we manage our things, it depends on our understanding of life, our understanding of the problem, our understanding of the information in front of us about the various things which we are supposed to handle. So this shloka is about that, how various people look at the world, how various people understand the world, how various people manage the world. Let us read this shloka. Gavah pashyanti gandhena vedaih pashyanti panditaah charaih pashyanti rajanah chakshurбhyam itare janah. Okay, fine. The first line, he talks about Gavah Pashyanti Gandhena. Say here, four things are mentioned. One is animals. At one level, he is showing the animals. Gavaha, in Sanskrit, Gau actually means a bull. Gau, not exactly a cow. Gau, though we say it is a cow, Gau actually is Pumlinga. Gau, Gavav, Gavaha. So Gavaha, the word here used here is Pumlinga. So bulls generally extend to all the cattle, let us say, all types of animals, let us say. So all animals on one side, how do they perceive things? Mostly their sense of smell is very, very acute. So most of the animals, they know things by virtue of their smell, and then by smell only they just move about and then they manage their things. So that means very limited sensory perception they have. So all animals, they do have some limited sensory perception. Of course, there may be some extra sensory perception, that is a different thing. But then, compared to a human being, their perception is rather low. So that is why they are dull and they can't manage things in a better way. So, Gavaha Pashyanti Gandhena. So they manage their affairs only by mere smell, by mere impulses, by mere, say what is called instinct. So basically by instinct only they just move about. So that is how they manage their things. Then Panditaha, scholars or learned people, how do they manage their things? Vedaih Pashyanti Panditaha. Veda means, of course, you can refer to the Vedas as such, or you can refer to any scriptures, generally any scriptures or classics, let us say at least scriptures, we can include those scriptures. So Vedaih Pashyanti Panditaha, those scholars, they look at things through the glasses of or through the lenses of the scriptures. That is, when they have to evaluate a thing, when they have to understand a thing, when they have to understand a particular issue, they look at it not as themselves, but look at it as they put themselves in the shoes of the Vedic Rishi or some seer. So how would Valmiki examine this? Or how would Vyasa examine this? Or what would Lord Rama do if he were to be in my place? Or what would Dharmaraja do if he were to be in my place? So he puts himself in the shoe of others and then he sees what exactly does the Shastra say on this particular point. Suppose he has to do a particular thing or he has a particular interaction with somebody. So how does he evaluate it? How does he know what is good and what is bad? He evaluates all these things. Scholars, they evaluate so many things. In the sense that, whether a king is, ruling the, kingdom properly, ruling the people properly or not. It is the duty of a scholar to say, not only in the case of kings, king means we are talking about olden days. It applies to modern days also. All our intellectuals, they are supposed to see how the government is functioning, what are the mistakes in the government, and we have to very, very honestly point out to government. We are not supposed to be sold out. Intellectuals are not supposed to be sold out. And intellectuals are supposed to be quite honest. They have to see all issues through the lenses or through the glasses of those scriptures, because scriptures have certain eternal values. Scripture here doesn't mean some authority, Veda as an authority, doesn't mean like that. Scriptures are those which have certain eternal values, which are applicable for all times, which are applicable to all places. So we are talking about such things as scriptures. So we have to see from that point of view, whatever you do, it has to be in accordance with justice, in accordance with dharma, in accordance with righteousness. So that is what they see. So for example, Rama is known to be Rama, of course, we know the hero in Ramayana. He is Ramo Vigrahavan Dharma. It is described that he is the personification of Dharma. He is the personification of judicious conduct. So he is like that. Dharmaraja also is like that. Dharmaraja in Mahabharatam, he is described as Yudhishthiro Dharmamayo Mahadrumaha. Dharmamayo Mahadrumaha. Drumaha means a tree. He is a huge tree. Dharmamayaha Mahadrumaha. He is like a huge tree say, of Dharma. So Dharma personified as a huge tree, and that is what is Yudhishthira. So he is such a tree. Tree means he is giving shelter to so many people, fruits, flowers, and so many things which the tree gives. So a scholar, he puts himself in their from their say in their shoes, and then looks at things or evaluate things from their perspective. Oh, how would Dharmaraja do if he were to be in my position? How would he judge? So a scholar is not supposed to be intellectually dishonest. So that is the problem. That is the point here. And a scholar is also supposed to be giving a proper advice to people. He is supposed to lead people properly. He himself is supposed to be highly judicious, highly virtuous in his conduct. Then Charaih Pashyanti Rajanaha. Rajanaha means kings. How do they manage their things? They manage their things by intelligence. If the king or ruler doesn't have intelligence, he cannot function even for a day. Suppose the President of America or Prime Minister of China, Prime Minister of India, President of China. So these people, not only these people, but any ruler of any country, he cannot function even for a day without getting proper intelligence. He has to constantly keep a watch on who are his friends, who are his enemies, internally and externally. Internally, who are all plotting to say unseat him, who all want to dislodge him and then occupy his seat. So all those things he has to see. And then what people are thinking about his rule. The basic feedback is from the people. What are the people thinking about me? Are we ruling the people properly or not? Are we doing things judiciously or not? So he has his own network of spies, both internally and also externally, so that he can know things as to what are happening, what are the internal dangers and what are the external dangers. So it is like that. So Charaih Pashyanti Rajanaha. The kings, they, in fact, Kautilya's Arthashastra devotes a great deal of attention on the king's network, the spy network. Kautilya's Arthashastra deals quite extensively on the network of, say, the spies. Then ordinary people, what do? Ordinary people, Chakshurbhyam Itare Janaha. With our senses we see and then we normally react. We read newspapers and find out, and then whatever is told in the newspaper we do believe. So that is all. we have no other mechanism. We don't have the knowledge of the Shastras, we don't have knowledge of the scriptures, etc. Nor do we have any spy network. Suppose the newspaper says, okay, this is like this, okay, maybe, oh, this is like this, this is like this. Chakshurbhyam Itare Janaha. Whatever information is available, we accept it and then we gulp it. So that means we are just ordinary people gulping information. That's all. We don't evaluate in a very, very judicious way. We may be thinking, we may be having our opinions on such and such a political party, etc. But then you are only gulping information. You don't have any sort of independent network. Nor do you have that say knowledge of the scriptures to see what they are doing is judicious or not. So ordinary people, in an ordinary manner, they just gulp information and lead their lives. So that is what this particular shloka says. So here, of course, is a very, very simple shloka. Gavaha Pashyanti Gandhena Vedaihi. As I said, it includes scriptures. Panditaha. Panda means Jnanam. Pandita is somebody who is having Jnanam. That is a Pandita. Charaih Pashyanti Rajanaha. Chakshurbhyam Itare Janaha. So it's a very, very simple shloka. Okay, let us read it. Gavah Pashyanti Gandhena.
Gavah Pashyanti Gandhena.
Vedaih Pashyanti Panditaha.
Vedaih Pashyanti Panditaha.
Charaih Pashyanti Rajanaha.
Charaih Pashyanti Rajanaha.
Chakshurбhyam Itare Janaha.
Chakshurбhyam Itare Janaha.
Fine.